David John. Long gone. Sure.
Hello, and welcome to another player profile and projection here on Talkin Yanks, where we've been giving you an episode a day, every day until opening day, brought to you by SeatGeek. My name's Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner. Today we are talking about DJ LeMahieu. He was a stud. Last year, tale of two halves. But the second half, a little buried, because by that point, no one cared about anything in the season. Jake, where do you stand with DJ?
James, I wish I could answer a little more later today, because we've got something fun that the people probably saw 2 weeks ago coming out. But David John LeMahieu, it's funny. Sometimes we wonder what we're going to harp on with a guy. I think I know what I'm going to harp on with DJ, but before I get there, he did give us that second half, which if he didn't, the question mark pile would have gotten just that much bigger. And it's not like he's not a question mark, because we still haven't seen DJ, be the DJ that, like, Yankee fans swooned over his first couple seasons coming over. But he gave us that final part of last year where he had an 809 OPS, 273, 377. He looked like DJ, but you're right. Like, the season was over. It was almost, hey, that's cool, man, and we appreciate you, but there's so much other stuff wrong. Like, we'll get to you. And I don't know. It's funny now. We've had a lot of conversations. Lead off DJ down in the lineup. It feels like we have guys in the heart of the lineup now. So it's almost like, is DJ gonna win over that leadoff spot, or do you dream of like a cool 6-hole DJ or something like that? Which again is more exciting than scary.
I am DJ hitting. I'm optimistic.
Okay.
I believe in the second half. He, I think, was battling toe injuries, and then he openly talked about kind of like forgetting how he hit, and and he never had to deconstruct how he hit. It just was so natural to him. So it was kind of it was a weird process, being like, wait, what are my mechanics? Like, what am I? And then the stats in the last 60 games post All-Star break, they're not just like good. They're like DJ stats. I know it's just half the year, but it's a 270, like every slash line checks off. 273 batting average. Yep. 377 on base, 432 slugging, 809 OPS. Like, that would be how I would want him to attack his like hitting profile in every slash line. The one thing when I was trying to look at versus pitches.
Sure.
And aging is there, and he was a very like handsy guy. And
Elo.
And yeah, fastballs did hurt him last year more than ever before. He had all of his metrics were lower basically versus fastballs. And the biggest one is whiff percentage and put away percentage. So with 2 strikes, he was never, like, a fastball was never really going to hurt him. He could put that in play. He could turn it into a hit, foul
right
off,
field,
whatever. Yeah. But his put away percentage on fastballs last year was the highest, 18.7%. It hadn't been above, in 2021 it was 14, but in 2022 it was 9, 18 and 19, 13%. So that jumped up a decent amount last year. And then his whiff percentage is the highest since 2014 against fastballs as well. And that's where I kind of wish I could split this up. Oh, I can. I can split it up by month. Because if I now see this and I see that it got better, oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. He got mowed down to start the year.
Yeah. Okay. So his last month, it was 10% whiff percentage and 12% put away. To start in April, it was 21% whiff and 30% put away. And then in June, the first half, it was 32% put away. So, okay. There was like positive signs on the half of the year there too. So offensively, and we can stay there or pass you back your thoughts offensively, I am excited. He's going to bat leadoff. They've kind of already said that. Judges requested it, and they've said that that's their plan to start the season. And I'm hoping that works out the whole way.
Yeah, you hope that first half. I mean, he had more than double the strikeouts than walks, triple, close to. Very scary. And I guess so. Things to watch for DJ LeMahieu this year. If the foot starts acting up, that's like a huge crap. Like that very clearly seemed to be a problem for him. I like that we can point to that as a good change as well. And like you said with the hitting coaches, again, DJ not a talker. And if there was two guys that did line up, it was Sean Casey because he is a talker. DJ's a listener by default. Mm-hmm. And they're both contact hitters. Go look at Sean Casey's player page. For Sean Casey being a big, hulky first baseman back in his day, he was a contact hitter. So I do think there's a lot of good stuff there. I do think the one thing that is different, and he's going to get challenged early on in the season, like you mentioned with the fastballs, and if whoever's hitting ahead of Soto Judge, you're going to get challenged, which makes it interesting because now I'm going to contradict myself a little bit because I'm interested in on-base percentage. The Yankees offense is going to pivot around Soto and Judge.
Yeah.
Those guys are stalwarts of any lineup. They're together. That if there's a person getting on base in front of them, and DJ, his second half numbers from last year, he got on base at a 377 clip. If Judge and Soto are healthy and playing any form of their baseball, and there's a person getting on base in front of them at a 360, 370 or higher clip, the Yankees offense will be high level, top 10. And that's without almost any other contributions. That's how good Judge and Soto are. So if DJ can be the second half version of himself, or even, and I wanted to walk back a little bit of when I said, we fell in love with DJ 19 and 20. I mean, we did. But I said that was kind of the last time he was full-blown DJ. Even in 2022, which was a bit of an odd duck year for DJ, because I think that's when the foot stuff started happening.
Yeah,
he still ended the year with a 357 on base, which that's in the ballpark of good enough for Soto and Judge.
It was 2021 when he had a case of the rollovers.
Yes.
2021, he was rolling everything over. 2022, he was just awesome basically the whole way until the foot stuff fell off.
And that
for
the last 6 weeks.
August, where everything sucked.
In June last year, was he battling something, or did he get an IL stint in June? I tried to Google it, but if you can look that up, Beebs, because I was looking at his profile in June, the 6th month of the year, Jake.
Sure.
And he faced less balls, so maybe he did have an IL stint, but it's really interesting. I mean, he had a 0.33 batting average against fastballs. And a 0.33 slugging, just awful. Yeah. One hit, and it was a single all month against a fastball. He slugged the crap out of breaking and off speed. And I wonder if that was... I wonder what that is, because it fully changes when you move on. But that's was he battling something and just knew he couldn't catch up?
He had some extra days off, and he had one stretch of missing 3 days in a row and 4 out of 5 against Boston and Seattle.
He had to be
he's
battling laboring or battling something that was hindering his speed or footing to get the fastball, because that's a drastic month of one hit versus fastballs, but crushing off speed. Weird.
Yeah. That last June is tough. It's funny looking back at 2022 and how far you get removed from baseball seasons. That was the year he started getting on base. That was my award.
Yeah.
And every other episode for a little bit, because in June of 22, 272, a 398 on base percentage. In July, 344, 462 on base. Full games played, 25-26. He was going nuts. If DJ gives us any of those months, the Yankees are going to win handfuls of games. And then that August, this is when the toe stuff started. He had a 550 OPS and a 369. It was 8 games, but remember, DJ was over.
Yeah, I think.
And he tried to come back.
I think I'm going to fully say that the toe stuff went until halfway through the year.
Done.
Then he found himself again, and I'm a believer in the second half. Until otherwise, I believe in DJ LeMahieu, and I think you guys should too.
The other thing that's interesting...
His numbers in the second half are really good.
They are, and the other thing that could become interesting with DJ in this Yankees season, the past 2 years he has been better versus lefties. So there's the whole Alex Verdugo conversation that we'll have at some point, that Verdugo could potentially be the versus righty leadoff guy. And DJ, again, at first I was panicky because DJ is a safe thing for me, and I was worried that, let's say Alex Verdugo becomes the leadoff guy. He's not as good versus lefties, that you'd have to potentially pinch hit him late in a game for Trent Grisham versus lefties or something of that nature. A lot of season has to happen. I went through like dominant lefty relievers. There's really not a ton. Like, I know Houston just signed Hader, but that's, we'll get to that problem when we get there. I don't know if DJ becomes even just the lefty leadoff guy, that's not a bad landing spot either.
Yeah.
Feels like we have to talk some defense.
So defensively, last year at third base, he graded out above average and outs above average. I haven't looked at DRS. I kind of like outs above average more. That's just me personally.
I think generally among the nerds, outs above average for infielders is better.
Yeah.
DRS better for outfielders.
Yeah.
I think that's what they say, but that changes a lot. I don't know.
Now, not crazy positive, though, Jake, at third, but makes the plays. Kind of like, what we used to say about what we wanted out of a shortstop. Like, you don't have to be too flashy, but make the plays. So that's good. But, as you pointed out a ton, the arm is nuts slow compared to some of these other third basemen around the league. Like, it's lollipops to first. If the play gets made, that's great.
Right.
I do wonder if we start seeing him going the Justin Turner bounce pass more, and just spiking it into the ground to Rizzo. Trevor Plouffe, who does Talkin Baseball with us and play third base at the big league level, talks about how the bounce pass is awesome, and like some first baseman will just tell you, hey, just bounce it to me if you have a tough throw, because you're the angle that you can miss at and still be catchable is better than there. Or we just see some arm speed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a concern for me for a little bit. You see it on plays like it's always funny to me. Say there's a runner on first, 2 outs, ground ball to third. A lot of third basemen just go to first. Like, that's kind of what you're taught. DJ, if he's going to his left, he's kind of going to second base, which is kind of smart. But it's also something's a little off. So something to watch for this year as we look at young Peraza. Does Peraza potentially become a late game pinch runner defensive replacement? I think you could see that in play. Another thing I can spin in an optimistic note was last year, like, Donaldson was still coming back and he was going to be the third baseman in theory. That DJ split his games almost perfectly between first and third last year with the Rizzo concussion times. So DJ still got the flex in the Yankees infield that if something were to happen to Rizzo, like, DJ goes to first. Like, that's the plan there. I do like coming in that, hey, DJ, like, you're third base, man. And I don't know, maybe that sounds dumb, but this guy was a Gold Glove second baseman who came over to the Yankees, and then they were like, hey, we're going to do some util stuff for you. And, yeah, pop over to third base for 40 games. That'll be good. You'll make the plays over there. Like, it seems like he's coming into this offseason as the third baseman. And I don't know, those offseason reps, I feel like that is actually important, even though we're talking about a 35-year-old veteran player. So I like that spin for him, but it'll be something interesting to watch, especially late in games or, early in the season. Will the Yankees try that formula out? I think they will, but we'll see.
We'll see. I think he's going to be at third. He grades out negatively at first.
So does everyone, though.
I know.
First base is a position that the metrics haven't really figured out.
I do agree with that. I'm just trying to find some plays where we could like show off what he's doing with his arm and stuff.
But what does translate from his third base metrics to first base is like just moving to his left is good. I don't know what to fully do with that, but it looked right
Could be where he
on
plays.
there. Just how a lot of that's positioning. He did get the utility Gold Glove just 2 years ago, which is credit to his first and third base play.
Utility Gold Glove. Yes or no this year for DJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? The voters get a little confused and it just happens. Becomes a fun fact.
Beats out IKF over in Toronto.
DraftKings over under for DJ LeMahieu. Get in on the action at DraftKings. Also, the NBA season's in full swing, and it's actually picked up. Guys are competing, playing. So it's kind of when I tune back in. And how about a no-sweat bet? Get a bonus bet back up to $1,000 in the amount of your original bet if it doesn't hit, minimum of $5. Sign up using promo code Yanks. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code Yanks and get a no-sweat bet. It's promo code Yanks only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is Yizzy's. Yours.
I got Isaac Paredes grounding out. And then we got to do a random video, too.
The over-under that they put on this sheet was 9.5 games at second base.
Last year, he didn't get to double digits there.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I think that he's a corner infielder at this point. Because it's been so long, because of the foot injury, and with Peraza and Cabrera in the wings, if you need a spell there, if Gleyber goes down, I think Peraza's your second baseman.
Yeah, I'd wanted to play this game, and I think we can do it tastefully. If Gleyber gets banged up, Peraza probably plays second. DJ stays at third.
That's what I would think.
You'd assume.
I'd assume.
It could also not, but I would assume that.
Yeah, we could be making asses out of you and me.
If Volpe gets banged up, Peraza plays short.
Yep. Gleyber and DJ stay the same.
Gleyber stays at second. DJ stays at third.
Yeah.
If DJ gets hurt, he would be out.
And he would be out, and Peraza would go to third.
So he can't play
he wouldn't be playing second base if he's
if
out.
Rizzo
gets hurt,
DJ goes to first.
DJ goes to first. Peraza goes to third.
Yeah.
So, yeah, DJ's probably not playing a lot of second base this year.
Now, is this game started or games? Because I'm a fan of games started. Because anything can happen in victory formations.
Sure, and just like weird stuff happens.
How many did he start at second last year?
He got 9 appearances. I can look into the starts in a moment, but he only stood over there 9 times. Started 5.
5 games. So, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe DJ's already not.
Yeah, maybe that's already not a thing.
Or no, he started 9. He
9.
finished 5. So even if he started...
he moved
even
over to first or
the
back
9
to
games he
later.
started, he didn't finish half of them, basically. DJ might not be playing a lot of second base anymore.
And 2 of them were in the first week of the season.
He's opening day over there, and Gleyber led off.
Yeah, opening day, and then the second series against the Phillies, he started at second base. And then it didn't happen again until July where he did it. And then, there's this spell here where someone must have been hurt. They're all bunched up. Gleyber was DHing.
They had like back-to-back Gleyber DH, DJ second days in there.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, DJ led off and played second the whole Oakland series, and they got Gleyber 2 DH days. So Gleyber must have been battling something.
Farts.
It could have been chronic farts.
Give me an on-base percentage over 350. Because that's not too gaudy. That means you probably have some hot stretches where your on-base percentage is up, or you're doing something very good like versus lefties. Like versus lefties, you're getting on base at a 390 clip or something like that. So I'm watching. For a lot of players, we kind of stumble around and it's like, be good. DJ, get on base.
However that happens.
Get on base. 67 starts at third base and 50 at first base. That's still valuable. Like if his value is super util and we're saying, well, now he's a corner infield replacement, still very valuable that he can go back and forth. Interested to see the arm, and I hope it doesn't become a problem. And it's more just like a fun, he still made the play. And then I believe in him offensively.
Time it's like really costed them. I'm sure there's a time we could.
I think it just makes you hold your breath sometimes. You're like, whoa.
There's a few.
Oh, that was closer than it should have.
There's a few tweener plays. Like there was a couple times that, and again, it's on the Yankees list of problems. It's nowhere near the top. But some of those backhand plays to third base, you see DJ just get rid of it as quick as possible, and sometimes those plays look comical because it's just not how the Arenados and Chapmans and Peraza would do that play. They'd plant and throw a seed. But it shouldn't be a Yankees problem. It would be does this need to be addressed come important games? It's the 8th inning. Does DJ LeMahieu need to be out of the game if we're playing defense? As we talk about,
is Peraza that much better than
Clay Holmes' sinker, Johnny Loizaga's sinker. That leads to a lot of tappers. That leads to a lot of choppers. You got to be aggressive. You got to make the throw. So,
Stroman's start days, he gets a lot of grounders.
Oh yeah, do we get an etch of? Does Peraza is he going to be Stroman's guy or something like that?
Yeah,
that's fun.
I do like that.
That's fun.
The thing to note on DJ's OBP that just. I feel like we've just always forgotten to acknowledge it more. During Judge's best season ever, most of that year before he got hurt, DJ was leading the league in walks ahead of the best offensive season ever. So, actually, I'm not worried about DJ getting on not via the walk with Judge, Soto, either order behind him because he's done that before.
It feels like they'll test him early on with a lot of fastballs, and if DJ can start peppering right field early on, that would be
control
a really good
that
sign.
Zone.
Simple game.
Go DJ. Go DJ. I have faith. I believe.
I go DJ.
So just in my heart.
4 times the ball was hit to third base. DJ was playing third, and it resulted in a single. Okay? And 1, it was a laser. So not his fault.
Come on.
And this time, he smartly ate it.